All right, welcome back to continue the discussion, Genesis 29. Genesis 29 gives us one of the Bible's most emotionally complex chapters. It's filled with love, betrayal, longing, rivalry, and the hidden work of God. Today I want to draw out a few deeper threads that we haven't explored yet, things that go beyond the surface love triangle or the drama of the wedding deception. So let's start with Jacob's transformation through labor. When Jacob arrives in Haran, he is a man on the run. He's left his family, his homeland, and the consequences of his deception. But here in this new land, he doesn't just receive Rachel as a gift. He has to work for 7 years. So then another 7. And these aren't easy years. He's under Laban's control, where there's something incredibly theological about this. God begins to shape Jacob's character through the discipline of labor and submission. Jacob had spent his youth scheming to get what he wanted, but now he must wait, work, and trust. He learns slowly that love and promise are not things to be stolen, but to be stewarded. So here's the question. Is God using the quiet discipline of life to shape your heart? Maybe the job that feels frustrating, the waiting season, the long day's routine. God often uses these unremarkable places to build faithfulness and endurance. So now let's talk about Leah, not just as an unloved wife, but as the first mother of Israel. We often miss this but the line of kings, the line of Judah, the line of Jesus doesn't come from Rachel. It comes from Leah, the overlooked, the unloved, the wrong bride. And that tells us something profound. God often builds his greatest works through those the world dismisses. When Leah names her sons, she's not just talking about her feelings. She's revealing something about God. Her sons are named Reuben, the Lord has seen my misery. Simon, the Lord has heard I was unloved. Levi, now my husband will be attached to me. And finally, Judah, this time I will praise the Lord. Did you catch that shift? She moves from longing for love from her husband to finding joy in the Lord. Judah's birth marks a turning point in Leah's spirit, and it's through Judah that the Messiah will eventually come. So the story invites us to ask, where am I looking for validation? And how might God be inviting me to root my identity in him instead? There's also something we need to see about Laban. Laban is a manipulator. He takes advantage of Jacob's love. He doesn't just lie. He sets up a system where Jacob must keep earning what he should have been freely given. And this is a powerful image of religious striving. Sometimes we believe the lie that God's blessing must be earned, that we're always one step away from being accepted. That love is conditional, but God's covenant love doesn't work like Laban's contract. God doesn't bait and switch us. He meets us in our labor, but he doesn't tie worth to it. So maybe the deeper invitation in Genesis 29 is this. Will we learn to rest in God's love even while we work, while we let him father us differently than Laban, differently than the world? Now finally, Genesis 29 sets the stage for generational tension, sibling rivalry, and the future of Israel. But beneath all that, there's a whisper of grace. Jacob is growing, Leah is worshiping, Rachel is waiting, and God is weaving it all together. The chapter doesn't tie everything up neatly, but that's the point. Redemption is in process. It's not finished, but it's underway. And maybe that's where you are too. So let's keep walking through this together each week, each chapter. Please pop in the comments below any kind of insights you might have about this chapter. I think it's a beautiful chapter, especially because so many of us are tied into motifs of love and compassion for each other. And those things are so important to the human condition. So this is an incredibly enlightening chapter. So pop in some comments. Let me know what you guys think. Anything else that I might have missed or anything else that we can discuss. And we'll see you in tomorrow for chapter 30 of Genesis.